on, do you know what? It's Recycle Week. Did you know? Well, if you didn't, we're going to tell you how recycling your old electrical items could benefit a very, very worthwhile organisation. And Marlene Taylor is here to tell us more. Morning, Marlene. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for coming to see us. Now, it didn't even occur to me, because Amy and I, who usually present together, we have this little bit of a tussle about recycling, about, you know, putting one thing in one bag and one thing in one bag. But actually, recycling electrical items had really never occurred to me. So tell me more.
Well, basically, we are a nation of electrical lovers.
We are.
Yeah, and
we love upgrading as well.
That's exactly it. 2/5 of people have admitted to kind of rather spending time, you know, missing out on time with friends and family, or the household chores, or even sleep, to be with their trusty gadgets, whether it's the laptop or the mobile phone or the iPod, basically.
And they go out of date these days so
very
quickly. I mean, I remember us going from videos to DVDs, and that left a whole generation of players, and since then it's just kind of snowballed, be it, like you say, mobile phones, televisions, all of these things just date. As soon as you bought them, that's it. There's a new one out there somewhere.
On average, each person acquires about 3 new electrical items per year. So that's about 173 million new electrical items each year in circulation.
It's frightening, isn't it?
And only 1 in 5 gets recycled. So we really do need to be pulling out all the old ones and setting them free, basically, giving them a new lease of life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do. I mean, you've got things like kettles and hair dryers and things like that. Things that we kind of pick up all of the time, and we just think, oh, I'll just get a new kettle. And the first thing you do with the old one is you just think, well, that'll be no use to anyone. So it just goes straight in the bin. And I know people, I've spoken to people who work at recycling centres, or tips as we know them. And some people go out and buy electrical items, and just, if they don't work,
exactly,
they just take them straight to the tip and they just dump them. How can they be reused though?
Well, we've teamed up with British Heart Foundation this year, who are very grateful for the help and publicity of this campaign. Because with the recession, a few more people are hanging on to their older items, so they've seen a bit of a slump in the number of donations. So this campaign, and this week in particular, is encouraging people to release these items, the working ones and the ones they no longer want or need. Donate them to your furniture and electrical stores as part of the British Heart Foundation. You can find out where your nearest one is on recyclenow.com.
Okay.
Any that are broken, you can take to your household recycling centres for recycling, and they will basically strip it of the parts, and the metals will go into recycling, and plastics, etc.
I think people are a little bit reticent about electrical items, because of course there's been things now. I mean, you're often told by a charity shop, if you had something old and electrical, you've often been to a charity shop and they've said, oh sorry, I can't take electrical items because of health and safety and all the rest of it.
The usual charity shops on the high street probably wouldn't really want them, because they don't have the technicians to help pat test them, but the furniture and electrical stores have the correct skills on site to take your equipment, to test them for safety. If they're deemed safe, they go for resale. If they're not, they go back into recycling. So the environment wins one way or the other. And obviously, by donating to the British Heart Foundation, you're helping to fund life-saving treatments for...
And that's fantastic. I mean, the work they do is just incredible, and actually touches all of us one way, sadly, one way or another. Now listen, you've got a variety of items that you've bought in by means of illustration. Even something like a computer keyboard could be of use.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything with a plug on it.
Okay.
Anything that uses batteries or has a charger, so it can be charged in the mains or by solar charging. But basically anything that is electrical. So even a calculator, even the watch, when the watch on my wrist, when it's reached the end of its life, can be recycled. So absolutely anything that once was
and
electrical.
how do they raise the money from this then? They're refurbishing in it and then selling them on, are they?
Exactly.
Right.
So they're raising funds, and I understand that selling 3 toasters can pay for an hour's time for the scientists to research some cures for heart disease.
So listen, I mean, how many of you? And think about this right now, because we don't often think about this in the summer, but think about how many gadgets you've got in your kitchen that are hiding at the back of the cupboard.
Exactly.
You know, we've all done it. We've seen a food mixer or some kind of smoothie maker gadget, something or other. We've bought it and we've thought, we'll use that and use it and use it and use it, because the idea of it sounds great. We use it twice and we think, oh, I can't be bothered to wash that up and get it all out again. And it goes into the back of the cupboard. So actually, I think a lot of you probably have, just in the kitchen, I bet there are 3 or 4 gadgets already that straight
Yep.
away you think, actually, I don't need these.
But even the shed, you know, power tools fall into
Yeah.
that category as well. So don't overlook your power drill that's been replaced or is now broken.
Yeah.
All of these things, you know, obviously things like your televisions and that will spring to mind, washing machines, but yeah, cameras.
This is an interesting one as well. I mean, this is a digital camera. Actually, this looks quite a funky digital camera. It has kind of a flip-out viewer and everything else, has all the latest things. But, you know, these fall out of favour so
Exactly.
easily, don't
You
they?
know,
Because as soon as 8 megapixels
Exactly.
becomes 10 megapixels, that's a whole new
Exactly.
camera. And what do you do with the old one? It sits in a drawer somewhere.
Right.
Actually, I think guilty as charged. I could go through my house later today and I could bring you in 7 or 8 different things that could be used. I'm sure all of us could.
Do remember, if you're taking a working appliance or a working item to the British Heart Foundation, take the charger,
Yeah.
and if you've still got the instruction manual, take that along, because that will obviously make it more saleable as well.
And just finally, just because we're running out of time, all mobile phones?
All mobile
They're
phones,
all
yeah.
useful.
Yeah, obviously people might be selling them themselves
Yeah.
in the various forms of getting rid of them, but if
Yeah.
it's busted, by all means, take it to the household recycling centre.
Listen, what's the website?
It is www.recyclenow.com.
Marlene, we're out of time already. How quickly does it go? But I tell you what, that's fascinating. You know, think about how many old radios. It might be, you know, an old calculator, anything with a plug on it, a hairdryer, a mobile phone, little MP3 player that you've replaced with an iPod or something like that, hair straighteners that you don't need or use anymore. Anything electrical can be donated. Listen, find out more by going onto the website recyclenow.com. I tell you what, that has really inspired me, and you know how a bit of a recycling cynic I am, and that has inspired me, because I know I could go through my house today, 7 or 8 different things could be donated straight away, and actually then they're not cluttering up my life.
Exactly.
Absolutely fantastic. Clear out some cobwebs at the same time. Listen, Marlene, thank you very much. Hope you all get onto the website recyclenow.com and support that initiative.